Hey everyone, and welcome to Double Game Week 26, where we will be seeing Milan and Bologna play two matches this week. Kind of prepared for this for a while, so I'll have four Double Game Week players, the max in this game week. Not necessarily the ones that I would prefer the most, but nonetheless, I'm pretty content with how my team is looking this week. Other big news and where my one and only transfer has been used. I have used that as Somer got, I believe, a broken thumb. I think that's just announced today. Must have been in like training or some kind of life. I'm sure it's known, but I haven't actually heard exactly how it happened. But I have just switched now into keepers. I have gone from Jan Somer to Martinez. As both of the other options, as far as fantasy is listed, both of the other goalkeepers are injured. So this leaves us with a 4.8 million euro goalkeeper for Inter. So I'm definitely just going to ride that. You're saving about 2.5 mil just by making that. So you still get a high quality goalkeeper. I'm not really interested in investing in their attack right now with Trem still wishy-washy on their form and injury status. And then obviously you go Turo, but that's pretty expensive. And I do like my three strikers right now. So going with Martinez here, have Dumfries as well as an attacking defensive option, who's been playing well. And now that's a decent amount in the bank. I have 8 mil budget in the bank. So that's pretty wild. And it leaves me a lot of flexibility to bring in really whoever I want for almost getting rid of whoever I want. Um, and yes, this is going to be my team. So we're going with a back four. It was honestly any of my players I would be have been happy starting for the most part, aside from David Neres has been kind of crappy. But two of my double game weekers are made up in the midfield, and that is Bokema and Teo Hernandez. And Teo Hernandez gets the captaincy. He is going to be fully invested in these two Serie A matches as they're out of Champions League now, so they don't have any of that to worry about. It's basically just Serie A for that. I actually forget. I don't remember if they're still in Coppa Italia or not. But with Supercoppa over, with them being out of Champions League, there's not going to be too much fixture congestion. They're focused on trying to make top four for Serie A to be back in Champions League next year. So Teo Hernandez should feature in both of these games. And I have strong feelings that Bokuma will also do the same. Di Lorenzo should feature against Como. That's just another good fixture, as well as Dumfries. So I'm really happy with how my defense is looking. In fact, like it's tempting to play all five defenders. Dodo has been okay. But I just think with what else I want to play, he's the odd one out. So much so that Yildiz, who hasn't really been starting for Juventus, it's a really peachy fixture against Cagliari, and it is definitely a risk benching him for this game week, but he has just been coming off the bench. And maybe the fact that he didn't start in Champions League means that he will start in this match. It's really tough to call, I think. But I am going to go with Lookman against Empoli over Yildiz for Cagliari, and I just hope I end up on the right end of that. The other two double game week players come to midfield, Freuler and Pulisic. If I were to pick one of my double game weekers that I didn't really necessarily want, and I would rather switch out for another one, it would probably be Freuler for or Seleni or something like that. But nonetheless, consistent. I'm going to stick with him. With the two matches, generally getting about 4 to 6 points. I'm expecting around a 10-point haul from Freuler, which is what you want more than that from a double game week in Serie A fantasy, but I'll take that. Pulisic starts have actually been a little wishy-washy lately, which I haven't been a fan of, but I'm definitely going to back him in a double game week. Jimenez has looked really good if you have an empty or an opportunity to bring in another Milan player. He's looked really good. Leao's looked pretty good lately. I think Teo Hernandez is an obvious selection, but can't really go wrong too much otherwise between Pulisic, Leao, Jimenez. I'm not sure I'd really want Rangers in. He has been obviously good this season, but I would pick one of the others. And then a front three, all single game weeks, but all good fixtures and all from players. Moise Ken is going to be back from suspension. Uh, Retegui and Moani, both with good fixtures. So I am pretty content with how my forward lineup works. I'm actually really looking forward to this game week. Looks like a strong squad. Um, and 4 double game weeker is the max that you could have. So I am hoping that we do make up some rank and get back under 300s as far as rank goes, hopefully even better. But yeah, if you're bring in Bologna players, I'm thinking Bukema is the best defender and probably Orsolini. I know there was some injury risk with Orsolini, so let's quickly go to. So the flag's gone, so it looks like he is available. Obviously more expensive than Freuler, but um, the points are also there and he is more attacking. Freuler has the most points, and that's just because of how consistent he is. Endoy is also very attacking as well and cheaper, also a good option there. And then as far as Milan, I would, if you made me pick two, I would probably pick Pulisic and Teo Hernandez. But the others that I mentioned are pretty good options as well. It's a really good game week as far as fixtures for all the big teams. Inter Genoa, we got Juve Cagliari. Obviously, Milan's playing two, so that just makes it good by itself. Atalanta versus Empoli, Napoli, Como, Roma, Monza. So even if you have like a Dybala kicking around, good fixture there. It's just a really good fixtures week, and we'll see who capitalizes on that the most. But that's all I got to say for this game week. Best of luck in your double game week. This is the last scheduled double right now, unless other things happen in the future, such as uh, cancellations due to weather or something like that. This will be our last double game week. But never want to say never because interesting things happen. So I'll talk to you again soon and best of luck and have fun in the double game week. Take care.